Did you know you can sponsor your favorite podcast on the Spin Market Podcast Network? Hi, everybody. My name is Peter Stockdale, host of the Spin Market Report. In 2025, our podcast had over 26,000 streams, and our YouTube channels had over 1.4 million views. Whether you're promoting a product, service, or event, we'll help you reach the audience that matters. Get more information on how to sponsor a podcast at spinmarket.com. Spin Market, your business, your message, our platform.
It's the Spin Market Report. Here's your host, Peter Stockdale.
Hey, we're back. It's another Monday, Marketing Monday.
Yes, Mondays are always the most important days of the week because it's our time to market and tell the world all about it.
Yeah, and I love talking to new people. You know, last week we threw in a random. Right. We're gonna talk about a topic on our own because we thought, why not? It's fun to just we all like to talk, so why not?
And I was thinking about that afterwards. We had 3 generations.
Oh yeah.
When we were.
Don't tell me I'm that old, Cheryl. What's wrong with you? It's funny. I am almost Megan's parents' age, though.
That's right.
It's wild.
I'm there. So we had Megan just graduated from UNI. Peter and myself on there. So we had 3 generations talking about AI, which gave a totally different perspective by each of us.
Yeah, I was actually kind of surprised about it. I'm sure AI will probably come up in today's topic.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yay,
okay.
all right.
This is good.
Let's rock and roll.
We're sitting down with Brad Cowell, Evergreen Engineers.
Yes.
Can you maybe introduce yourself, what Evergreen Engineers is, how you got there, just kind of broad stroke it for everybody?
Okay. I'm Brad Cowell, the founder of Evergreen Engineers. I'm a professional engineer by training, and I've spent most of my career in operations across the bioindustry and grain facilities. At Evergreen, my focus really is to help the clients execute complex problems that they're taking on, and really pulling together the team at Evergreen to do that execution for the clients.
So how do you get involved in engineering? It's not just something where you like just apply for it. Like, yeah, I'm an engineer now. You have to actually plan to do this kind of, don't you?
Yeah. Well, it probably started at a young age. I didn't know I was going to be an engineer. I enjoyed working on cars.
Oh, cool.
Cars and repairing cars. We raced cars with my father, and I drove my first race car at 14 years old. And
oh, wow.
I was done at 20, so it was short lived, and I wasn't very good either. But I was good at math in school. Wasn't the best student, but I was good at math. I'd help everybody in their math. It didn't matter who it was. I'd be helping in math. That kind of bled to, in school, they stereotype you. Okay. So you're good at math. So you should be good at English. You should be good at everything else. Well, so they put me in, they had high expectations of me for all those other classes, which I was horrible at. So I quickly learned, or I would say my freshman, sophomore year, about engineering, and was my junior year. I remember it, and I still remember it to this day. Eric Steinoff, a senior friend of mine at that time, I was a junior. He said, "Why don't you go to the South Dakota School of Mines and Technology? It's out in the Black Hills." And I love the Black Hills. Cool. So it was the history from there. The rest was history. April and I, my wife, future wife at the time, we knew where we were going, and we knew what we were going to do, pursue engineering.
So you knew from like a junior in high school that you were like, all right, engineering is the route I'm going to go.
That's the only way. It was either go work with my dad in construction, Peter, or it was engineering.
That was a lot of math and construction.
Well, yeah, my dad did blow-in insulation, and that wasn't fun.
Okay.
He also introduced me to concrete.
Okay.
Have you ever done concrete? That's not fun.
My father did it for years.
It's a lot of work. I took the easy path.
At one time, a company I was working for, a huge construction company, we had to write the ISO 9000 and on concrete. And I still remember the gentleman that I was working with was from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and we put together one part of it, and he was reading through it, and he just looked at me and goes, "Hun, that dog ain't going to hunt." Never had heard that before, but it was because we hadn't written it correctly on there, and it was interesting.
That's fun. So, for people unfamiliar with Evergreen Engineers, you had mentioned doing stuff at like bio projects. Is that something like let's say the global crossroads of innovation type stuff, where they're doing like farm to something, or like what exactly? Engineering is kind of a wide base. What sector are you in, I guess?
Bioindustrial, I think what most people can relate to here in Fort Dodge is the Cargill plant.
Cool.
The coke nitrogen's more chemical in nature. We are in the chemical slightly, but my engineering career has been bioindustrial.
So that's science too, then.
It is science. I'm a mechanical engineer by trade. Or by degree, not trade, a degree. I was thrown into the chemical industry or chemical engineering from day one, and I wasn't good at chemical engineering either.
Yeah.
But I grew to love it. I actually what I loved about it was the people, the team of technicians that actually have to operate the facility and relating the technical side to the practical side.
Do you think some of this is you just like problem solving? Do you think some of that has something to do with this too? Because I mean, as an engineer, they have a problem. We need someone to fix it. How? And then you just kind of help, right?
Yeah, there's always a different problem. So the problem solving, I think everybody loves.
Okay.
They love that act of problem solving.
Challenge.
If I am solving the same type of problem every day, that's not really exciting.
Okay.
I like the changing problem, the evolving problem, or the teaching somebody how to solve a problem and they come back with a different, more complex problem.
It's always something new.
Always something new.
I love that. So how do you differentiate? How does Evergreen Engineers differentiate itself from the other engineering companies, I guess you would call them? Maybe, is that what they're called?
Engineering
firms?
Yeah.
Firms. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's a profession.
We that's a great question, because that's the challenge of every business, is to differentiate yourself with your competitors. And one thing, we are execution focused. Yes, we're an engineering firm. Engineering firms, there's drawings, and you have CAD files, manuals. I mean, your specifications, codes, regulations. We really make it practical for the customer. We actually like partnering with engineering firms.
Oh,
We are not a very big engineering firm. We rather partner with an engineering firm and bridge that gap, that technical gap from your regulations, codes, drawings. What does an engineer want to what does a customer want, and really bridging that gap.
That's awesome. So it almost sounds like you're the translator between both of them. We need to help the customer understand how to put this into engineer lingo, and then help the engineer maybe not dumb it down, but like help them for the layman, to help them, the layperson, to help them understand this a little bit better.
Exactly.
I love that.
Exactly. We're the translator.
All right. Cool. So how about like engineering impacting everybody's daily lives? I know it all does, but how about your guys' projects? I know you had mentioned out there by Cargill, you guys do some work out there, but what's some of the work you guys do that, maybe the downstream effect, maybe impacts somebody when they go to the grocery store, or they're out on the farm, or something like that?
Yeah, that's a great question as you spin it that way.
Oh, you got our name in there. You got it. Good job.
Love it.
Do I get credit for that?
Oh,
Yes.
a little bit. A couple brownie points.
How we impact, how what you'll see in our impact, you won't see our impact. We're the silent partner, if you will. We're in the project. For instance, Cheryl, you helped do the ribbon cutting on the refinery project out there at Cargill. We were in the background. You might not even hear that we were even involved. Like, as a contractor, we are helping manage that contract, or that from the completion of the project. So you have the engineering drawings and everything to getting that to where you're going to commission and start it up. Commissioning it is really the completions. So completion, did it get completed properly? You could say it's a building inspector, but that's a building inspector's at the back end after it's all done, and they're inspecting codes and regulations. We're partnering with that contractor, with that customer, while execution's being completed to ensure that it's followed through.
I love that.
So we are impacting the capital cost of that project. We're impacting how efficiently that starts up, how quickly that starts up, Cheryl and Peter. We're the silent partner trying to make things operate smoothly.
And this is nothing against, who you're helping out or different companies you're organized with, but I always feel like those silent partners are the ones that are like the unsung heroes sometimes of these projects. It takes somebody working behind the scenes quietly to make sure that the people that are in the front get their dues that are due to them. And I it's almost, I won't say thankless, but it's one of those things where maybe had you not said that, I wouldn't have considered it even. I just maybe thought they have them in house, or they flew someone over from XYZ town and they did it, but like they have to go outsource just as much as anyone else. Kind of interesting to me, I guess. How about an example of a project you're particularly proud of? Is there something that you've done around the area that people would be like, other than Cargill, that would be like, oh, yeah, I kind of remember. I've seen that before.
Around the area, it's not really it's an ongoing project. With the city of Fort Dodge, we brought on David Oder.
Yes.
And he's really helped to lead Evergreen in running the GIS program for the Fort Dodge, the city of Fort Dodge, and that's really taken off. And Dave, what he's brought to the table at Evergreen, he's bringing a different spin on things, and really it's been neat to see and learn what the city has been doing, and how we could fit and help assist the city in different ways.
You might want to explain what GIS is. Yeah. I know what it is, but maybe the public wouldn't know.
GIS is Geographic Information System. So it is a database. So you think of, everybody's been on Beacon, right? Have you been on Beacon?
Beacon for housing.
Looking up your assessors. Yes.
And I have not. I don't own a house.
Well, you should enter into house ownership, Peter.
I should. Yes, I definitely should.
How the realtor is going to be calling him now.
Oh, look out. Hi, Todd.
Yeah, Todd will be on you right away. But GIS, so on the Beacon, what we're seeing as the public, we have one layer. We are seeing the property lines, and in those property lines, you see the acreage, and you see your parcel, who owns it, some reports, taxes, tax history, purchase, sales history. You'll see those details. It's the surface level. It's the tip of the iceberg. What the city of Fort Dodge, and the city of Fort Dodge really, and David Oder, over the last, I don't know, 15, 20. David was there 30 plus years, but I'm not sure when they started GIS.
It was about 20 years.
But they've been really leading the state of Iowa, I would argue, and I don't know for sure, but argue around the GIS and the implementation of GIS. What it is they see in this beacon, or in a software, they can see the water mains all the way across, the stop signs, the road striping, the road conditions are all entered into this beacon. Wow. So they can go and select, I want to look at the all the roads within the city that are in a certain condition to evaluate what they want to do for the projects in the upcoming years.
Wow.
The ADA, I mean, everything's in there. And GIS, the future of GIS, and the bigger cities likely have more people on this, is around emergencies.
Okay.
Oh,
and where are the fire hydrants?
Right.
What's the best route? Are any stoplights out? Shutting the stoplights down to get the emergency personnel to the right places. Is there city water pressure? Is there pressure in going on somewhere? Utilities wise, electrical. So everything would be within the GIS. So our infrastructure is housed in one spot, where that's not the case today. I would say City of Fort Dodge is much better than I actually would have guessed. For this size of city, thanks to the leadership of David Oder.
So they're ahead of the curve here then.
I believe so. Yes, I believe so.
That is awesome.
That's probably going to also be where software that AI
absolutely
is going to play a big part in.
Absolutely.
We're getting close to probably bridging that topic. What about like sustainability? Is sustainability something you ever think about in your line of work? I know engineers, it's kind of something that sometimes sustainability is and or isn't, depending on what the job is. But is that something you in your line of work look up a lot?
Sustainability.
Yeah.
Peter.
Yeah.
Evergreen.
Yeah, there we go. I love it. Boom.
Evolving.
Whoa.
Marketing. I love that.
Resilient. I mean, one reason, continuously evolving with the customer, with the times, with the technology. Everything's adapting. We are today, for instance, we sent an email out to the team that we are switching our scheduling software. And the scheduling software we're going to is going to be more collaborative.
Okay.
We're leaving a software that's more. It's difficult to be collaborating across not just the team, but our customers, our clients, our partners. So we're switching our software today, which is growing pains.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's embracing that sustainability. It's embracing technology.
Absolutely. So what about like the biggest challenges then? Biggest challenges for Evergreen Engineers? Like we talked about, you're changing with the times. But what are some of those things where every now and then you're just like, oh, we might need to make a change here, kind of like you did with your time card, your payroll software, your time tracking abilities there.
Yeah. Our biggest challenge really is there's so many things out there. Right. So the scheduling software we've been going back to it. We've been evaluating scheduling software for betterment of a year, if not 2 years. Mm-hmm. Probably for the last 5 years in my head, but not prior to Evergreen. But if you start looking up, we want some project management. Go out there and search project management scheduling software. You will find 10 right now, bam. Mm-hmm. Then you start digging and you might have another 20 different software. It's not much, Cheryl, it's not much different than website development software.
Right. I mean,
there's just a host of technology out there, and what's the best for you. And some come at a premium. And then others are like cheap. And then you automatically gravitate to the more expensive ones, is the better one, or that's the right thing to do. Mm-hmm. But you're digging in, that might not be, but it might be. So the challenge really is adapting correctly with the times, but really continuing to challenge what we're doing and how we're doing it.
All right. So that actually comes perfectly into technology. How has technology changed what engineers do? How has it changed you and your job over the course of your career? I'm sure AI is probably going to come up in here somewhere, but at the same time, I remember doing a lot of stuff, on pen and paper. Maybe that's not the case so much anymore because softwares are more powerful now. But how's it changed for you?
It's technology is. You reflect back. In my career at this point, I look at technology like I've always had it, but then I start reflecting back to my college years. Mm-hmm. I think I had one class that actually taught me how to use Microsoft Excel.
Mm-hmm.
One class.
Yep.
We used Excel through college, but one class. But we have April and I have 4 children, and what do they use? Google Sheets? Is that Google Sheets?
That's common now. It's not the same.
They look at you. It's not the same. Not the same at all. No, but they look at you like you're crazy. As do you know how to use Excel? Or doesn't everybody?
Yeah.
Well, that's the same. Excel is a program that we use, or everybody uses, but it is part of your daily life now. Imagining life without Excel. If I think back into college, it's like, how did I even get through college without Excel?
Yeah.
And I never used Excel. I rarely used Excel in college.
Excel's such a fun one because it fits so many different businesses. And I remember doing, I took statistics classes and took labs with statistics classes. So you could punch all your data into Excel and, it would extrapolate it all out for you. And that was really kind of eye opening. Cause before that, like you said, I'm doing it all on pen and paper, and then you're like, oh, software can actually help with this. But it is kind of fun to know that that software, at one point in time, which was a specialty skill, is now something that kind of everybody at least has some handle on. Maybe not an expert, but
it's not foreign to them.
Yeah.
Opening it on Excel and knowing that it can add it's not foreign anymore to them. We truly embrace technology. We for commissioning and startup. We commissioning and startup. We actually transformed in the last 3 years. We started on Excel, and I'm good at Excel.
Nice.
Not an expert, because I've met a few of those.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty good at Excel, and we had a good commissioning program in Excel, and was challenged. I wanted a software. I talked to a few companies to building my own software, building my own app from the Excel database to app, so I can actually do it on the phone, because Excel isn't easy when you're managing. We're managing 3,000 to 15,000 checklists.
Jeez.
On those checklists, you have 10 to 15 answer questions. Some of them you need to give to the contractor or the customer so they can complete those checklists. So Excel is a very in commissioning and startup is very intensive. It takes a great manager to manage it. So it's like, how do you duplicate what we're doing?
Yeah.
It really depended on the project manager, depended on the commissioning manager, depended on somebody great at leading Excel. Mm-hmm. It didn't need to be somebody great at using Excel. We pivoted really quick once we probably 2 months after we recognized a software, and we transferred all our commissioning into a software that transformed the way we do things within probably 4 months.
Wow.
We implemented it on the refinery project in Cargill. Sure. Okay. That was our first project with that software. And we did it Excel prior to that. We executed the same things or same tasks in the field, although it was more collaborative than it was with Excel. Excel, wow. It depended on the leader.
Yeah.
The software, it brought the team together, and it brought the knowledge from everybody.
I love that.
Put it all in one space.
Correct.
So this kind of leads me to something else. As you have changed and kept up with the times and differentiated how you're going to do things to make it either more streamlined or collaborative, have you found any ways to use AI to maybe increase some of your productivity or efficiencies?
I'm still learning AI. Mm-hmm. I actually met somebody somebody this morning about AI. What they're taking pictures of nameplates, like on it could be this table, could be this microphone, could be a pressure safety valve, could be a motor, nameplate, and taking that picture and transferring it into comparing it to drawings. So your drawings say it needs to be a 200 horsepower motor, a Toshiba, 1800 RPM, taking that picture, comparing it to what the drawings say, what the engineering drawings say, and saying, yeah, that's good.
Good.
We are doing that right now in our software with a human. The human actually takes a picture, but also checks, yep, same RPM, yep, same horsepower, manufacturer, and they are acknowledging that is the correct motor that was installed. Where the AI, artificial intelligence, with the pictures can map that and say, yeah, it passed.
That's awesome.
And AI is not perfect, but it does help in air situations like that.
Yeah.
If it's programmed correctly.
It absolutely is. I'm not scared of AI. The reason I'm scared of AI is I'm scared I'll get behind. I'm not scared.
That's very true.
I'm not scared of it. We as a team, we talk about embracing it and help developing it. This motor nameplate picture deal, is it going to save us time? In my head, it's probably not going to, but it is absolutely something I need to learn how to work with it, because it is the future.
It is.
It is. What they developed in the last 5 days. I talked to them last week, and they actually developed it and demoed it today. Was pretty amazing. How the pictures I sent them were not very good, so I'm like, we'll see how this goes. But what they developed in 5 days was pretty amazing, Cheryl. So I'm probably more scared of following behind than I am evolving. I'm excited to evolve with it.
Well, and that is exactly what we say too, is, not everything needs to be AI oriented, whatever, but you need to start watching, thinking, and getting into understanding it better, because if you're not, you're going to be behind very quickly, faster than anybody will even begin to imagine.
Yeah, I mean, even just hopping in on the ground level, finding small efficiencies that you can, even if you have to double check them yourself, it's like, this did 70% of the work, and then I did the other 30, and it only saved me 10 seconds, but you can kind of tweak it from there and go to the next thing. I still remember the first time I was thinking about this the other day, first time I ever used AI, I used it as like a data entry software. So I used to do data entry at a place, and I didn't like doing it, but it was so much easier to scan the information in, let AI do the data entry, and then you double check it instead of you punching in every single character. Made it a lot faster. I mean, like we had said earlier, it's not always perfect, but you can kind of go through, and as long as you have the second set of eyes on it, boom, easy peasy.
Well, and talking about Excel spreadsheets, I was tasked with an Excel spreadsheet that had about 15,000 emails on it. And unfortunately, when somebody had moved it around, they had screwed up the names.
Oh.
So you had the email in that here, but the name was not right. Okay, and I'm thinking, okay, what? I even spent like about 2 hours trying to figure out how to do it. And then I thought, I'm going to throw it into chat. Within 5 minutes, it had it all cleaned up.
Yep.
I went, whoa. And it was just because it was able to match everything perfectly, and we didn't find any errors. Out of 50, it was 15,000 emails.
Right. I am going to leave this. If anybody loves Excel this much and you're like, oh man, I want more Excel content, when you're done listening to this, go look up Excel competitions on YouTube. They're absolutely hilarious. People are so much better at it than we are, even if I'm certified in Excel and I'm not as good as these people. Like, that's how crazy it is. Let's go down to the next thing though, because something that makes me think about this is I do have the tiniest bit of experience in engineering. However, you would still have to explain what you're doing to me. How do you explain this to either your clients or the end user, or how do you explain what you're doing to somebody to kind of make it so they understand the process a little bit better?
engineering is a broad topic. Yeah. We focus on execution, but engineering, what people think about is an engineering, and if you enter into engineering, you do have to be passionate about it. It's the design phase, because that's what the going to school, they'll focus on the design side, the connecting it to the customer. You can focus on after you're through school, but the design, it could be as simple as building this table. As you build this table, there's design drawings that go into this table. What type of material do you want to use for the steel? Mm-hmm. What type of material do you want to use for the countertop? What's this can be applied for? So, okay, let's put some drawings to that. This table could have, you could easily have 4 or 5 drawings to ensure it gets mass produced or produced one time. Produced one time is much harder than mass production, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Others may disagree, but producing at one time can be very difficult because it's customized. Okay. You only get one shot.
Yeah.
And if you do it incorrectly, let's say you paint it incorrectly, now you have a choice to paint it a different color. The engineering drawings would have that defined, what paint you're going to use, what type of finish you'll use.
I feel like this is perfect, because the next question down is how important is communication in what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. It's everything. It's the only thing. Engineering, the engineer, there's so much as an engineer. You have so much information up here as you're drawing this table up. It's that simple. You just need the steel there, some cross braces, some strength. We're gonna finish it with granite on top,
but if the communication,
but you don't put that on the paper.
So it makes me think, if somebody was like, make me a table, if that was the end of the conversation and you had 10 engineers, and you'd have 10 completely different tables. You'd have egg-shaped ones and triangle ones and 4 legs and 5 legs and a dinner table and a coffee table. It would be so different. Is a lot of what you do ensuring that the processes you're going to follow meet what the client actually wants?
A lot of what we do at Evergreen. Mm-hmm. Yes, as an engineer, that's actually what you're doing at Evergreen. It's truly helping bridge that gap to ensuring that finish on the finish of paint was the correct one. The material of construction was correct. We have the right size table, right diameter table. So that's what we help at Evergreen, is ensuring that communication between the design engineer and the contractor and the customer, connecting the dots to do the lights work. So we're in all this. It's not just a structural in nature, but we can design it. We do design it. Ted is on the team. Ted and Giselle, they do a lot of design work, but it's on smaller scale projects in nature. It's not, we are not the big engineering firm that we're going to design a new Cargill, new grain facility. We are going to do a small platform, small beam, small process engineering project out in the facility, help you with something around the community. We'll do those small items. We're not going after the big projects at this time.
But there's plenty of business for you out there doing the small projects.
Yes. Yeah, every big project is just a bunch of small projects, though, right?
It is, truly is. The small ones are sometimes more complex than the big ones. It feels like,
because
you don't have a team of people.
Right, you don't have a team of people, and it's also one small component that has to relate to
correct
a lot of other ones on there. So you've got to do yours just perfect in order for the other ones to work as well.
Absolutely.
All right. So we all know that, piles of people listen to this podcast. Let's say there's any younger people listening and they're like, this actually sounds kind of intriguing. I like math. I like problem solving. What advice would you give to somebody? Like, what skills are going to matter for them most, or what kind of a career path would you recommend somebody take in order to maybe be a successful engineer?
To be an engineer or to be anything?
Anything. This could be very broad stroked advice. So we have four children, three that have graduated from senior high here at Fort Dodge. One thing I've just reflecting on as they've evolved from high school to college and to their careers or to other things is really doing it for themselves. Engineering, like other degrees, if you're going into engineering and you're doing it for your parents or you're doing it to impress somebody, you're doing it to impress your friends or and I take it for anything. You can accounting, nursing, you can pull out the degree, if you're not doing it for yourself, being a little selfish and developing yourself, you're in a struggle. Mm-hmm. So this has to be something that they want to do themselves.
They have to want to do it.
I like that.
There has to be something internal. There will be a challenge that you or a hurdle you hit that you have to push through. That is you have to internally push through that. Not there's not going to be an external drive that can push you through that.
I love this because it's like, again, you were just like, well, is this life advice or what? And it actually is like this is great advice for anyone in any category. But how about like internships? I got mentorships or like just hand-on experience. How important is that for an engineer that's looking to go into that field?
It's I was told in college, I was told that you need to have an internship. You need to have a co-op. Ideally, you need to have an internship or a co-op. Ideally, you have a co-op because you get 8 months of experience in the industry, and you get 8 months of experience away from school. I went and actually took a job with Cargill as a co-op, and Cargill. I did it because that was the only job. It was 2002 that I took the job with Cargill, co-op with Cargill. It's the only one I got offered. And Cargill, actually, the only one I got, they were so fast that they offered me a job and they said, you need to tell us by Monday. And it was Thursday.
Oh, wow.
So it's like, how am I going to get it? I want to be in automotive. So, okay, but I want to check that box and put that on my resume that I worked for Cargill. It was eye-opening to me what the grain and bioindustry is and the interaction you have, the team that you're working around, the vast size of Cargill. I was aware of Cargill at the time, but it was eye-opening to me. If I would not have had that experience as a co-op or an intern, I probably still would be spinning. I would have had to go out into the industry and try something, and hopefully that would have been the right thing. And that co-op was the right thing for me. We've had 3 co-ops and 2 high school interns at Evergreen in this last year, and I can tell you one of them, he wanted to be a sales engineer. But he came and he still wants to be a sales engineer, but he enjoyed what he did with us. And as a sales engineer, he needed some experience in these industrial facilities. So he's and working with teams and working in engineering firms to be a better sales engineer. So it's exciting to see. I'm excited about the younger generation. I truly am. Cool. I think we rag on them. The way they approach work is different than we do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it could be something real fun. This comes back down to the last question here, one of the last ones. How do you see engineering evolving over the next 5 to 10 years? I mean, that could come back to the younger generation.
It's evolving. We have to evolve with AI. We have to evolve with technology. We have to. There's a collaborative environment that we need to be in as engineers. As engineers, you have the drawings for this table and everything, but there has to be a better method as engineering firms to get that back from the end user to the engineer to adapt to that change and improve that table quicker. We need to be quicker. We need to be quicker and improving. And the only way to do that is to use the masses. An individual's not going to improve as quickly as the masses.
I think this is fun because as most of these podcasts, as I get down to the end, I'm like, I felt like I thought I knew about engineering. I thought I knew how it worked. I did some of this in school. I have a good grasp of this. And then by the end of the episode, you're like, engineers, like you work with a lot of other engineers. This isn't just like, it's me, I'm making a table, it's done. Like somebody wants a table and then you got to find, how are you going to create this table? And how are you making the parts for this table? And then who's putting them together and how are we putting them together? And what are the efficiencies and how can we make this more efficient? Yeah. There's a lot of steps in here that I just didn't really think too much about when I was crafting these questions. It's a much more open industry than I guess, even though I knew a little bit about it, it's much more open than I had thought about.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting. So let's go down to the last question because I ask everyone the same question at the end. And maybe this is something that's important to your industry, but this could be something for me to learn again. Is there a time in your life where marketing has impacted you either in your job or in your life and you didn't realize it until later? We've had some people say like, I didn't realize I needed these shoes until I saw them 40 times online. Or like, I didn't, XYZ. I drove past a billboard and now I want ice cream. That was always my thing. But how about you? Do you have anything where marketing impacts you, either in your job or personal life?
Where marketing impacts me.
And you didn't really even notice at first until.
I'm going to Al Vianney. He always...
From Cargill.
He always said, it's your brand and reputation. It's your brand and reputation.
That's good.
That's what's your brand and reputation?
Yep.
And
I could see Al saying that.
I believe that at Evergreen. So the marketing is everywhere. We have the Evergreen shirt on and how you carry yourself to Coca-Cola does an awesome job. If you think of a pop, you think of probably Coca-Cola, and Coca-Cola is not my favorite pop or soda pop, whatever.
Yeah.
Either
or.
And what was one of the best commercials ever? Do you remember that one? It was at a Super Bowl game. It's a football player walking into
Mean
the
Joe
locker
Green.
room. Yeah,
Thanks, Mean Joe.
Yep.
As believe it or not, I was telling her about this, and we had saw that like different companies have spoofed that over time.
Fairway just did one.
They just did it. Yeah. So different companies have actually borrowed that, or maybe not even 100% the idea, but the concept of like that kind of like meeting your hero type deal.
It's one of the most famous commercials ever.
I was thinking.
Well, and then the other one that's famous is "I Like to Be."
Like Mike.
No, the Coca-Cola song where I'd like to be like, I can't remember the whole, but it was in the 60s. Yeah, that's another famous, and it's a Coca-Cola one.
Cheryl, I'm married to April. So she's that half.
Yes.
Or that half of us. Like she was going to laugh at this. Yeah, they're talking about stuff you don't know. You've seen them, but you just don't remember.
You're the perfect example of an engineer husband and an engineer husband's wife on there. I can see it perfectly.
So sorry.
Yeah. Poor April.
Yeah, poor April.
I feel like this has been a great episode. I'm going to put all the links I can find for Evergreen Engineering down below. So if anybody wants to contact you, get a hold of your services, all they have to do is scroll down below, start clicking some links and say hi. Let them know Spin Market sent you. But is there anything that we didn't cover in this that you would like to cover before we take off for the rest of the day?
No, I thank you, Peter and Cheryl. This is fun. Welcome. This was my second time actually doing something like this. Never this formal.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
This is very professional.
Well, thank you. I should have dressed up.
Let me make sure everybody. So I have one thing, and this is really appropriate for you for starting Evergreen, but this is Buster the Bulldog. And Buster is our mascot here at Spin Market, and he illustrates that we're bulldogs to getting you digitally online. So if you want to give Buster just a little rub on the head for good luck, We just keep seeing him get shinier
Is he
and shinier.
Is he a pug or is he?
Well, I don't know.
Bulldog?
But he's a bulldog. He's a bulldog. We know that.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much for this. This is awesome.
Thank you.
This podcast is produced by Spin Market and Digital. Located in Fort Dodge, Iowa, Spin Market's highly skilled team can help you increase your market by updating your website, improving SEO, designing advertisements, and producing podcasts that will grab the attention of your market. Contact Spin Market today for all your digital marketing needs at digitalagent@spinmarket.com or call us at 515-302-8026. And to learn more, visit our website at www.spinmarket.com. That's digitalagent@spinmarket.com or 515-302-8026. Or visit our website at www.spinmarket.com.